D2Gs, how you guys doing out there today? Alright, bringing you guys another video, Solar Warlock with SUNBRACERS exotic. I want to go ahead and show you guys this little clip here of how you actually proc everything by consuming your grenade, jumping up in the air, phoenix diving down, and then you'll be able to proc radiance, and you'll be able to proc restoration as well as heat rises. And you can go ahead and continue spamming your grenades to also obtain healing and restoring all of your restoration and radiance timer. As you can see right here, all we're doing is just spamming our grenades, and we just have it at the ready. When the ads come up, if there's ads to kill, by our grenades scorching them, it'll go ahead and grant us some health, and we'll go ahead and snap, use our melee snap, and create more grenades for ourselves, so that way we'll have an unlimited supply, in a sense, for about a good couple of seconds, where you can spam 4 to 5 grenades, and you'll be able to go ahead and repeat the cycle, consume the grenade, you can jump up in the air and go ahead and reproc your radiance and reproc your restoration once again, and just continue that nice beautiful cycle. But for the most part, this build is meant for ad clearing and using your grenades as much as possible at the ready. I know sometimes, keep in mind, if you're working with allies, you're not going to be able to proc it all in one shot and have everything, have all your grocery list up on the left hand side, because they may kill some ads, or they may kill that enemy that you needed to kill, so that you're not going to be able to go ahead and proc all of that. But for the most part, if you're able to do so, then we are winning. But for the most part, we just go ahead and use our snap grenade first, so that way we can have 3 to 4 or 4 to 5 grenades out there on the road and blasting everything, while it's just giving us some healing effect, and then going and continue on with the cycle that we just seen in the earlier clip. But okay guys, if you guys are going to go ahead and continue on viewing this clip and see how I mesh everything well together, please do so, feel free. And if not, you can go ahead and jump on to the build.
Your brutality is unmatched.
Alright guys, now for the build. So For the Warlock, Solar Warlock, you can play this many different ways. I am not prioritizing restorations or healing with this build. I am mainly focusing on grenades and having our grenades as much as possible and add clearing. All right, guys, so let's continue on with our build. So we're using Phoenix Dive, we're using Balance Glide, we're using Incinerator Snap, and we're using Solar Grenade. We're using for our aspects Touch of Flame, and we are using Heat Rises. So now, in order for you to go ahead and do a little bit of a procking your restoration, there's some steps to it. You have to consume a grenade, which consuming a grenade grants you Heat Rises, and once you do Heat Rises, you will go ahead and do like a little hop or jump in the air, and then just Phoenix Dive, and you will automatically proc your restoration. Sounds like a lot. There's a lot of different steps in order for you to continue on and constantly have restorations at the ready so that you can be an unkillable god. But for, like I said, this build, I'm just primarily just using it and creating more grenades at the ready. Okay, so let's continue on with our fragments. We have Ember of Torches, which means every time we use our snap, we're going to go ahead and get radiant, and we'll have our allies be radiant as well. We're going to go ahead and use Ember of Resolve, which every time we're throwing all of our grenades out there, which you will have about 3 to 4 grenades out there, so long as it does a final blow and it kills someone, you'll go ahead and be granted some health there as well. And we're using Ember of Searing, so defeating any scorched targets will also go ahead and grant us melee energy. And we're using Ember of Empyrean, so any of our solar weapon final blows, ability final blows, is going to go ahead and extend the duration of our restoration and or our radiance. Okay, for our weaponry, if you do not have, which I normally will go ahead and use Monte Carlo, this is a great little setup right here for you as well. You would be able to have access to a Skyburner's Oath, which as soon as it hits the target is going to go ahead and create that Scorch automatically. But for the most part, I would normally just go ahead and do this. I would have the Monte Carlo, because Monte Carlo is going to go ahead and give me melee energy, which I want to go ahead and snap everybody as much as I can and have those 4 to 5 grenades out there at the ready all over the place. For your energy slots though, just make sure you try and get Incandescent, which Incandescent is another form of like the Skyburner's Oath. In a sense, it's going to go ahead and scorch your targets, which that's what you need. You want to scorch your targets and scorch your enemies, and it'll be able to extend the time and duration of either your restoration and or your radiance. And you can go ahead and have the Callous Mini Tool that has the Incandescent, or just any other weapon that you may see fit for you and your playstyle. So long as it has Incandescent on there, you're good to go. Here with this weapon, I have it crafted with Unrelenting, so it also gives me a little bit of a healing factor. And I also swap it around with the Amit AR2, the auto rifle, which has the Incandescent on there. For your heavy slot, so long as again you have Incandescent on there on your solar and it's solar, you're good to go. For our mods, we're using 2 Ashes to Assets, and we're using a Solar Siphon. For our SUNBRACERS gauntlets, we're using Bolster Detonation, we're using Momentum Transfer, and we're using Focusing Strike. For a chest piece, you can go ahead and use any resistance mods that you wish for the content that you're doing, but also just keep in mind, I'm using the Emergency Reinforcement, so just another added benefit to go ahead and obtain some type of an overshield or some type of a barrier for yourself. For the boots, we're using Solar Weapon Surge, we're using Insulation, and we're using Invigoration. And for our Warlock Bond, we're using Distribution, Outreach, and Powerful Attraction. Okay guys, now like I said, Solar Warlock, you can go ahead and play it in many different ways and many different styles. This build, I'm just primarily using it as a grenade, just to spam your grenades as much as you can. But on the other retrospect aspect of it, you can be the greatest support warlock there is. But I would suggest, if you're going to go with the support version of this build, then you would just go ahead and use the Phoenix Protocol, which is going to go ahead and give you all of the added benefits of survivability. All right, guys. Well, appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you guys have any questions, concerns, leave a comment down below for me. And please like and subscribe. You guys have a good one. Appreciate you guys. Peace.